start us off here. So if I go to dual page, full screen. Okay, let's go to March 24th. Okay, so it says x squared minus x minus 42. All right, Jack, what's our first step here, please?
You find to multiply.
Good, so what's the m and what's the a, please?
The m is negative 42 and the a is negative 1.
Great, what are those two numbers?
Negative 7 and 6.
Great. Now, if you're saying to yourself, wow, he's great at that. First of all, he's had 20 minutes to do the question. Okay, secondly, I'm going to write out the factors here to make sure life is good. You are good at that, by the way. Go ahead.
Is this like, what we did yesterday?
No, this is like what the build us into.
But
This,
it happens that they're both 42 out of like emergency.
yes, and it's the same method because there's you can tell I missed teaching, can't you? Like, I'm too excited here to get back. Okay, yes, it is the same thing we did yesterday because the coefficient in front of the x squared is just 1, right? So it's like 1x squared, so it is exactly the same thing. 1 times 42 is negative 42. Now, if you can't get those numbers in your head, remember you can write out the factors right over here. What's 3, 14, I think? 4 is more, 5 is more, 6 times 7. And those are going to be your 4 options. Why does it have to be negative 7 and 6, Aiden, instead of 7 and negative 6?
Because 6 minus 7 is negative 1.
Very good. It's got to end up being negative 1. Okay. All right, Molly, what do you do next, please?
We put it into the equation.
Okay, go ahead.
So x squared minus 7x plus 6.
Right. Now, again, if you like the positives, that'll still work. Okay, right? Either way will work fine. There's no big issue. All right, Nick, your call. What happens next, please? I'll help you, okay? I'll help you. I know it's been a long document. So I'm just going to put a dotted line down the middle, and then we're just going to ignore the right-hand side and factor the left. So what's common between x squared and negative 7x? What do we have here? Good. What's left inside the bracket? Close. Right, okay, because you have to think what x times what will give you x squared, right? So x times x is x squared, and then x times negative 7 is negative 7. Lindsay, can you do the same thing with the right-hand side, please? Oh, that's okay. Well, between 6 and 42, what are they both divided by? Good. And what's left over then? Yeah, right. Because like 6 times 7 is 40. Now, if you did it backwards, that's okay. Like if you did plus 6 and minus 7, we'll still get the same answer at the final step. Spencer, why is this looking good? Why am I happy?
Because your brackets are the same.
The brackets have to be the same. Excellent. Wonderful. Maya, what's the final answer here, please? Oh, somebody help her, please. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
X squared plus x squared minus 1.
No. Because if you're in a whole thing, that's sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm going to all those work together. The problem is if you make an x squared minus 7, you're going back this way.
X squared plus.
Not quite. Go ahead.
X plus 6.
Great. So remember, this is called factoring by grouping. We did this last week. We'll do lots today to make sure it's good. I know the problem is we took a week off and math was left. That's okay for some people, that's fine. So what we're just doing here, remember, is what we're going to do is the two brackets here are the same, so that gets pulled out, and the leftover stuff gets left in the other bracket. All right, we're going to do lots of factoring. That's all we're doing today. We're doing, I want to get to Z, example Z today. It's going to happen. Examples like Z. I might just skip a few letters in the middle, okay, but that's fine. All right, Alyssa, I'd like to be brave, please. Do you recall what to do with this one right here? 4x squared minus 25. Yeah, good. What's the square root of 4x squared? 2x, good. What's the square root of 25? Great. Okay, Cassie, do you remember how to finish that off now? Go ahead.
2x plus 5. 2x.
So all we did here, this is a special type of factoring that we just did here. And this is what we did on Friday. I'll do a few more of these as we go through. Does anyone recall what that type of factoring is? Now, go ahead. Yes, it is in fact all the difference of squares. Good morning. I'm just going to hit pause. Thank you. I'm just going to hit pause. Did you hear what happened? You probably didn't hear what happened to me. I'm going to hit pause so the internet doesn't hear. All right, so we said there that was difference of squares. Okay. And that's a special type of factoring. On our test, we'll definitely be asked you what makes a difference to squares. I got 3 people at random. This is you guys raising your hand to tell me 3 things that make a difference to squares. That we're here on Friday. If you need to go back to notes, that's fine. If somebody asks what's special about this type of equation here? Special about that. Go ahead.
The numbers can be square rooted.
Good. Number 1, both can be square rooted. There's 2 more things that make a difference to squares. And this is mainly for the people that weren't here last week. Hannah, you got it?
Doesn't the second one have to be negative?
Great. Second has to be negative. And the reason for that is, right, 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So you have to be ones that has to be negative. What's the last thing? Yes, Spencer, go ahead.
2 terms.
Only 2 terms. Bracket, no X. So what we'll do, I'm going to do one more of these right now to make sure this is good for the people that weren't here. Okay, and then we'll keep going, keep moving on with today's lesson. Okay, so those are the 3 things that have to be for different squares. If you weren't here on Friday, please make sure you get that, that little mini note there, okay? Because that's basically what we did on Friday. All right, ready? I want you guys to try one of these on your own right now. So today's lesson is going to be fun. I don't want to move it according to anything. Factoring that, that's what I just call it. I'm going to start with another different squares for you guys here. Okay, so I'm going to pause from the video. I want you guys to try this out. If you are not feeling 100%,